Now then, all you hardcores out there and all you trolls, how are you doing? Respect to all you hardcores, and on your way to you trolls and haters. Now I've had a bit of a break because I've moved gaffs. I'm very happy where I've moved to, and there's been some big changes with the channel, as you've probably known. Today's Saturday, you've probably seen a couple of changes with some PR work that we've had done. I'm not going to go into it, but there's some PR work going to be about in South Yorkshire and West Yorkshire, and we've got some backers for the channel, so that's good, isn't it, really? I don't want all you hardcore fans to be thinking that I'm going to desert you, because I'm not going to do. I've seen all your messages that I've been reading on YouTube last couple of days. I only just got internet yesterday, Friday. I've been reading all your nice messages, and thank you very much. I'm not going to mention names because it's a bit cringe, but all them nice messages that I've had on the channel, thank you very much. I'm very touched by it, and hopefully when Rico gets back from Finland he'll have a look at them all, and there's some nice messages. But shout out to K Official for keeping in touch, and the new sponsors that are on board, SAS Digital, thank you very much. You've put a big smile on my face the last 2 days, especially today. We shocked a few people today, haven't we? But that's what it's all about, innit? Now, today we're going to have a Porky's Corner blast, and it's going to be with Dale Nichols. And I'm going to call Dale now, and we're going to have a chat. And we're going to talk some boxing, going back to the Anthony Joshua fight. So here we go. Let's ring Dale up. Home. Right, as you can see, I'm not most fluent a person on these internet things, am I? Let's see how this works here. Oh yeah, you just twist that over there, don't you? Got a new camera. Ooh. Just struggling how to work it in that. Hello, Dale. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not bad.
Good man. So I haven't really done much work since. I don't think I did anything about the Joshua Povetkin fight. So we're going to back up from there, and then we'll go through all the material that you want to talk about, Dale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right. Okay, then fire away.
Well, first and foremost, you have to talk about the scorecards.
The scorecards, yeah, I thought they were pretty shocking, weren't they, Dale? They was shocking, mate. It was. You what, mate?
4-2, 5-1.
They were what, mate?
4-2, 4-2, 5-1.
Yeah. I to be honest with you, I watched the fight, and I had it slight up for Povetkin. You know, going into the 7th round, I had Povetkin up. Maybe you could see by my 2 rounds, but maybe that's me being biased because, you know, I'm not a big Joshua fan. I think he's got in boxing in an heavyweight division in a poor era. I think the era is poor, and they're going to make most of it, aren't they? I mean, it's a sad state of affairs, isn't it, when his main 2 rivals are Tyson Fury, who's 3 years from a decent win, and Deontay Wilder, who's got no technical ability whatsoever. And the both of them's best wins are Luis Ortiz and Vladimir. They're really at the end of their careers, aren't they? That's the state of affairs for heavyweight, and I thought that Joshua looked vulnerable, and I thought if anybody else would have hit him, other than Povetkin in round 1, I think he'd have gone. And I can see why they don't want the Wilder fight.
I think that the walking around with so much muscle over such a long period of time, he looks shattered all the time. He's got a non-existent gas tank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
I had it 3-3. I think rounds 1, 2 and 5 were quite clearly Povetkin rounds.
Yeah.
And you possibly could have gone Povetkin the 6th as well.
Probably could have done, yeah. What did you have it? What?
Rounds 1, 2 and 5 Povetkin. I had it 3-3 on Michael.
You had it 3-3, I had it 4-2. Yeah, I could see 3-3. But I couldn't see Joshua 4-2 and 5-1, could you?
No.
Now, so whoever's going to fight Joshua, they're going to need a knockout. So that means it's got to be a puncher. So they're not going to put him near a puncher, are they? Like Ortiz or Wilder. Do you know what I mean? Dillian White, they'll fight him again. They fought him once. They got through his punches last time. Although he's more improved than Joshua, I'd say. I think it's probably going to be a different fight this time. Might even go 12 rounds, but.
Well, I could give the odds on that fight if you want, and it's quite interesting.
Go on then.
I think first time round, I think you had Joshua was a 1-team favourite for that fight.
Well, what?
He was 1-14 for the first fight.
Yeah.
Now only 1-3 on.
And what is he now? 1-3.
1-3.
And what were the first time?
1-14.
So it's a closer fight then, isn't it?
13-8 Dillian White.
13-8 Dillian White. Yeah, that means Dillian White's got better then, doesn't it?
Combination of both, like you say, that and Joshua getting worse.
Anthony Joshua's what?
Getting worse.
Yeah, well they're not going to tell you that, are they? They're trying different things, aren't they? I think Anthony Joshua, Dave Allen once said to me, he said, you know what Russ, Anthony Joshua, I said, what's this of Anthony Joshua, what's the old hype, Dave? He says, do you know what it is, Russ? I've done over 500 rounds with him, he's broke my nose 5-6 times. He never dropped me. He says, but he's just a big, strong athlete. He's a specimen of a man, as we know. He's big and strong, and he's just an athlete. If they can get him winding them punches up and just dusting people, that's what he's going to be. But I think they're listening to that many people now saying they need longevity. I keep hearing this word, longevity. And I keep hearing Tony Bellew screeching, and I mean screeching and preaching this word. People who keep knocking people out, they get knocked out. You've got to box, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. Listen, everybody wants to be a knockout king. Bellew wanted to knock everybody out, but he had to use his skills because he couldn't do it. Now, if a boxer could knock everybody out in first 3 rounds, why would he box? Now Joshua, in my opinion, has altered his game too much, and I think that'll be his undoing. Instead of just going for it like he did against Vladimir, making it exciting, he's trying to stay a bit more conservative, isn't he, and save something in tank. And I don't know, he doesn't look right trying to be a boxer, does he, and trying to be patient. They're wanting the Winsdale, aren't they?
They're just padding his record out in there. We've already heard it from Barry Hearn, haven't we, that he doesn't want the Wilder fight until 2020.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So they're already planning out his 2019, and I'm not going to show you all of these tracks. The fight now, it's all smoke and mirrors. They've got no intention of it. Why didn't they make it before? They'll do it now on a press tour promoting his next fight, but they couldn't do it 6 months ago when it really mattered. They couldn't get the deal over the line now. So what's the difference now? They've already plotted his 2019. It's going to be Dillian White and big fat baby Miller.
Yeah, I think it'd be Dillian White, and I think they might even look to do a Dillian White rematch if it has a bit of controversy, because what they're doing now is going to try and milk it. they're trying to wheel out Amir Khan and Kell Brook patched up, aren't they? They've already wheeled out David Haye twice. I mean, who would have said, after David Haye pulled out the Tyson Fury fight twice, who would have said David Haye had got 2 Sky pay-per-views ever again within like 4 or 5 years? That's crazy, isn't it?
They don't care.
They don't care at all, do they? They don't care, mate. And it's the fans that are going to suffer, innit? And everything I've been saying about them not wanting the Wilder fight for 3 years come true, hasn't it?
Well, they're already trying to wheel out the Gale in mind to prop up the one, which is for his 2 card.
James DeGale, come on. He's had it now, hasn't he? He's had it. James DeGale's had it, we know that, don't we?
Yeah, he's shot to pieces.
Shot to pieces. He beat that Callum Truex, but Jermaine Taylor beat him, and he was shot to death when he beat him. I know people can say, yeah, Jermaine Taylor won a world title, didn't he? A couple of fights after that, but he weren't the Jermaine Taylor of all of them. James DeGale, I think he'll fight Eubank, and then they're probably going to fight Groves, and I think that he'll call it a day. George Groves, I think he's oldest 30-year-old in world boxing. I like his style, but he looks small against Callum Smith, didn't he? But they all make for exciting fights because we all know these people, we follow them, we know them, they're in magazines, they're on internet, they're in our lives, they're on TV, and so we buy into it, don't we? But what are they serving up on Sky at the moment? I saw Adam Smith, aka Mr. Bean, the other night on Sky Telly going on about something. He was going on about boxing and how it's on everybody's lips, and he can't mention boxing without mentioning Joshua, can he? He's become sort of a sad figure. I can imagine Adam Smith at school, because he went to Eton, didn't he, with George Osborne, Boris Johnson, David Cameron, there's another one. They were all within 2 years of each other at school or something, weren't they? I can imagine Mr. Bean at school, can you? Well, I actually read something about Mr. Bean. When he was 10-year-old, he said all his mates were running around saying, "We've got Astro Wars, we've got an Atari. What did you get for Christmas, Adam?" And he said, "I got a dictaphone off my granddad, and I'm going to be doing the running commentary on Ali against Leon Spinks or whatever, Foreman, or some Ali fight in 70s or something." He was doing the commentary and practicing for what he's doing now. You know what I mean? Exciting times ahead! Exciting times ahead! That's why we love boxing so much, Carl! Oh God. Hang on a minute. I need to take a drink of this 1994 white wine that I've been getting. Hang on a minute. Let me just cool down a bit before I totally lose it going on about Mr. fucking Bean. Hang on a minute. Cheers.
Obviously, they apologised the girl you fighting and offered them number 8 slots to headline.
You what, mate?
The girl Eubank, Sky tried to get it on the White Chisora card as cheap support.
Yeah.
Trump's the Warrington Frampton fight. ITV have came to back and offered them £10 to stop a pay-per-view on that. So there are going to be 3 pay-per-views in December.
Well, I think it'll go on ITV. I think there's an overload now of pay-per-views. I mean, Eddie Hearn, he can't wheel any more pay-per-views out now. It's becoming embarrassing, isn't it? They've all gone from hammering Eddie Hearn to pay-per-view to jumping on bandwagon and saying, well, Eddie's doing it, we're gonna. They all look like little scavengers, don't they? It's hard not to be critical of these people, because having seen it up close for 38 months and seeing how these people, or people that are close to these people, behave around the thought of money and more money, it makes me feel sick at the bottom of my heart, at the bottom of my stomach, sorry, and I'm a person that's not short of a few quid, but I've never behaved like any of these. Never, ever behaved like these. I'm not money motivated. I'd rather do something, and I'm a bit of a glory hound myself, as most people will tell you, but I don't like what I see with how these people are behaving in boxing. I don't like it. Sooner or later, somebody, and mark my words and touch wood, and I pray to God that this doesn't happen, but sooner or later, somebody on these Sky shows is going to get hurt, seriously hurt. That's just my opinion, Dale. This show tonight, I mean, Callum Johnson against Peterbia. What do we think to that?
Well, I'm just going to quickly touch on this one then. Callum Johnson, great, you know, he's got a chance and all this, but he's going to get iced. He's going to get fucking beat down. The same as Rocky Fielding's going to get beat down against Canelo. Like, they can start all this shit off. Well, he's got a puncher's chance. I'm not being funny. This guy's just got 24 rounds with Gennady Golovkin, one of the highest hitters in world boxing, and he's not even in short runs. So why does that qualify Rocky Fielding to have a puncher's chance?
Didn't they say Paul Smith would have a puncher's chance against Ward? Or Gavin Rees against Broner?
Just admit what he's doing. He's out there for a paycheck. We've got no problem with that. Fighters have to earn a living, and when an opportunity like this comes around to earn millions, they probably go for it. But I don't want to hear anything of the sort to say that Rocky Fielding can win this fight.
Yeah, I agree, mate. Rocky Fielding shouldn't even be in ring, but it's his job, innit? This is where I'm guilty of crossing line myself. I have had a few phone calls off certain people in box, and they said, "Ross, come on, you can't say that about this boxer. He's got to earn a living." And yeah, I can see that. I just don't want to see anybody get hurt, but I can see it happening, Dale. It's becoming more and more. The matchups are coming more. It's like Eddie Hearn fantasy boxing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Jake Wood, Spencer Oliver. Let's hammer that for a quick second. Spencer Oliver has said the following: Bellew has better ring craft than Usyk. Jake Wood said the following: Bellew has become one of the best boxers this country has ever produced. What are these gimps doing?
Right, first of all, right, listen. Spencer Oliver, right? Spencer Oliver works for Sky, and he's doing a podcast with Jake Wood, who's basically a failed boxer, isn't he? He's an actor on EastEnders who does a bit of training at Spencer Oliver's gym. Am I right? Right. So basically, what did Spencer Oliver say?
Bellew has got better ring than Usyk.
Bellew's got better ring craft than Usyk. Against who? Who has he beat? Bellew. Bellew has not beat a top 10 box ranked guy. His best win is Isaac Chilemba, who were ranked, I believe, 12 by the 175 pound division on box rate. His second best win is David Hay, ranked 14 and cleverly ranked 14, who was a cruiserweight at the time but had been a career light heavy. So Tony Bellew has not beat a top 10 box rec, and he's got British, Commonwealth, European and a world title. But they were all vacant belts. He's only had 2 world title fights that he's won. The other 2 he lost. He's 2-2 in world title fights. Cleverly beat him up at light heavy, and Stevenson iced him. So how's Bellew getting his 4th pay-per-view? This is what I mean about boxing going crazy. Bellew don't even sell out his own arenas in Liverpool. This is where boxing is going wrong. Stacked cards and blah de blah, the O2 or Manchester. He's a scouser fighting in Manchester. He should be embarrassed he can't sell his own town out. They're having to put Crawler and whatnot on undercard. Unbelievable.
Crawler's an insurance policy to insurance.
Lomachenko. Yeah.
I mean, chronically give support on the value card. That's an insurance policy.
For tickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Bellew doesn't sell out. All this about he sells out. How many more times are they going to blow smoke up Bellew's arse? It's unbelievable. I mean, I keep hearing Bellew. Go on.
When it fought at Goodison, they only had like the corner of the stage.
They pulled it into ring, couldn't corner, didn't they? Ring. Now, what I want to know is this, right? What gives Bellew the right to start putting his name in the mix with Deontay Wilder and Joshua and saying things like, oh, I don't know if I could, after Usyk, if I could go up to heavyweight, win or lose, if I could fight, because it's going to be Joshua or Wilder or Tyson Fury if I fight after Usyk, or retire, or Andre Ward. How on earth is Tony Bellew getting his name in the mix with Andre Ward, Usyk, Tyson Fury, Wilder and Anthony Joshua? I'll tell you how. Because you've got IFL. They're giving him the platform every time he goes to every Sky show, so he works it. He knows what he's doing. He's very crafty, Tony. And he's on Sky as a pundit, so he's got the platforms, IFL and Sky. He's got the big dogs, hasn't he? Tony's working it, but how he's working it doesn't match his credibility. His credibility, in my opinion, is a Euro level. He's a Euro level guy. Because the best wins he's got, right, are David A, who at the time when he fought him wasn't the David A of old, was it? We keep thinking, oh, he's beat David A twice. That's a good. But it's not the David A that we know, is it, Dale? Right.
No, it was his core version of him when it really. He was 10 years past his best.
Yeah. 10 years past his 10 years, but we all tipped him. I fell for it, and Dennis Hobson did a story on front page at Boxing News saying that, you know, he'd get beat by him and blah de blah, you know. Oh, what's happened there? Hang on, it's just phone's just gone off. Yeah, I fell for it. Dennis fell for it. We all fell for. Oh right. He's got phone problems. I fell for it basically because I felt that David A would beat him, but I didn't think Bellew had the wins to fight David A. I just didn't think he had the wins to beat him. But obviously Tony pulled it off, didn't he, David A? What David A basically did, he fooled the fans, didn't he? He fooled the fans into thinking it was the David A of old. He kept putting Instagram videos out of him training, because he looks the part anyway, doesn't he? But deep down underneath, Bellew and Dave Caldwell knew, didn't they? They knew what his body was like underneath, because Dave Caldwell were in his team, wasn't he? I mean, for all stick Dave Caldwell gets, you know, he's a decent trainer, isn't he? He's up there, isn't he? You know, he's probably in top 5 in country. But so he'll know David A, he'll know his body, he'll know what's right with him, what's wrong with him. It's just one of them things, isn't it? It's just how that bit's gone. But moving on from that, I want to talk about the undercard on the Joshua night, the Lawrence Okoli. I thought that was absolutely shocking. I thought it were probably. I thought the Okoli fight. Come here, Rob. Come here. Come on. I thought the Okoli fight was probably the worst boxing fight that I've ever seen in my life. We watched it, didn't we, Rock? What did we think to it? Hey? We watched it while we were boxing everything up, didn't we? Hey? We watched it, didn't we? What did we think to it? What did we think, Rocky? Hey? What did we think? What did we think to Okoli? Hey? We didn't like it, did we? we didn't like Okoli. Lawrence Okoli, I watched him fight Chamberlain, and I watched him fight Matty Askin, and to be honest with you, Matty Askin, I think he's got a genuine complaint there with board. Victor McLaughlin or whatever he's called, I think he panicked on the night and he didn't want to disqualify Lawrence Okoli because Lawrence Okoli is managed by Anthony Joshua. He's promoted by Eddie Hearn on Sky, and I think the Victor Lachlan is called, and the referee, I think he bottled it on the night, and I think really, I think he should be ashamed of himself. Let's have a look. 3 minutes to go. I think really he should be ashamed of himself, that referee. I can't even remember most of the card, it was that crap, but the Joshua fight was half alright, wasn't it? He did what he had to do. I mean, people keep saying it was his best performance and blah de blah, but what is his best performance? The guy were in his 40th year. Povetkin is 39 years old. He was 39 in September or in October. 39-year-old. Joshua's what? 28? He's 29 next week, isn't he, Joshua? 15th or something. So, you know, there's 10 year and a month between them. So it's over 10 year in age difference. Joshua had longer reach. He was heavier by 2 stone, taller by 4.5 inch. So you've only got to look at the statistics and put them next to each other, and then you've got to think to yourself, now who would you pick? Yeah, I know Barry Hearn kept saying, oh, Mike Tyson doesn't stack up to Joshua for reach and this and that and height and weight and blah de blah. That was Mike Tyson, wasn't it? How many more? Well, there is there. And Mike Tyson would have iced Povetkin in a round. So, like I said, it was what it were, wasn't it? But onwards and upwards for them, innit? But I wish Joshua all the best. I want to see him ice Wilder. But no worries. But right, we're going to plod on with video. I'm coming to end of this with Dale. He's just had to shoot off. He's got a family emergency. I hope he's alright. I'll just send him a message. I hope you're alright, mate. Don't worry about it, mate. You go sort your family out, whatever's happened, mate. You go sort what you've got to sort. You don't have to apologise to me, Dale. Alright, mate. I'll plod on. You take care. So, I'm snookered now, aren't I? Maybe I'm going to have to bring somebody else up and get him on, or I'll just do it myself. What do you think? I'll probably ring my other pal. He's keen to talk boxing. Or I'll just have to go through it and do it myself. But either way, we're going to have a bit of a boxing chat tonight if I have to do it myself. So, because it's been a good day today. A lot's gone on and there's a lot of things planned for the channel. And I suppose I'm fortunate in a way, really, because there ain't that many people watching it. There's not a lot of views on this channel, is there? There's not that many subscribers, actually. But it's not something that I do that's for money or anything. We don't have ads on there, but you know, there's a few people that are behind me with channel, and I'm happy with how it's moving forward, aren't we, Rocky? What do you think? Hey, me poor. This is Rocky. He's got bad nerves. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. He's got bad nerves. There's no you can do it. We're born like it, but anyway, we're going to go on to part 2 now. Have a look. Right, on to part 2.